And I had to say, Joy, you gotta go, you gotta do it. And I was scared, terrified, out of my mind. So that was the moment I woke up and I was like, dang, so this what growing feel like? Because once I got in my crib, boy, I loved it. Boy, I loved living on my own, man. It was the best. Welcome to the couch. And today we're talking about those grunts. Growing pains. Because when you grow, the pain that comes with that is manageable. And you can take it, okay? Mm-hmm. So this conversation that we're going to have today on the couch, first of all, thank y'all for tuning back in with us for another episode. Chilling with my girls on the couch, Candace, Jasmine, Nadia, Chrissy, everybody wave. Hey. So lately, I've been noticing and talking to different clients about their spiritual journeys. Everybody is committed to spiritual everything, getting their minds, their bodies, and their souls aligned, just to do better in life and be a better person and get things that they desire. Okay, cool. So I'm learning that in that, the yes that you give to, yes, I want to be better. God, this is what I want. I know you can supply it. It comes with a side that a lot of people get discouraged and literally just drop out of the race. And some even eventually take their lives because it can be overwhelming to change. Yeah. And if you're on this spiritual journey, this episode is going to help you stay the course and recognize that you're not under spiritual attack. Nobody's attacking you. Nobody's coming at you. And no evil spirit is coming at you. But God is perfecting and cleaning you up, sweeping the dirt off, making space and making room for all the things that you're praying for, which are good. So the negative momentum that we've been keeping up, we got to turn it around with positive momentum. And this episode is going to help you recognize what that positive momentum looks like so we can erase that negative, so we can get this life aligned, balanced out, okay? Growing pains, the first thing I want to say is, instead of spiritual attack, we're going to call it spiritual perfecting. And we're going to change that in our minds. So we're not looking at when, okay, God, I started this new job and it's paying you well. You're comfortable now. And now God is saying, okay, next level. And in that transition from I got what I prayed for to now God wants more. I want more for myself. And now, God, can you do this? Mm-hmm. We think that it's going to be simple to get to this next step, but it's not so simple. We getting it. We're going to get there. Mm-hmm. But in the middle space where people think that they start getting attacked, well, my car broke down, so now I can't get to the job dang, well, my child is sick, so now I can't. Everybody calls those attacks when God is really saying, okay, here we go. Class is in session. Are you going to take the lesson or are you going to get mad and say, drop it all? And I just want y'all to keep getting the lessons instead of the attacks. Mm-hmm. Amen. Mm-hmm. So, yes, mother. My thing to you is you're right where you need to be. You're on the right path because it's yours and God's. You're on the right path. Nothing in your existence is wrong. I'm going to say that. Mm-hmm. Everything was made for you, specifically for you. That's okay. Different. And to everybody and everything while you're going through that from strong to stronger, because we ain't going from weak to strong, we're going from strong to stronger. It will challenge you and everyone else around you when you start to actually grow into the tree that you see yourself as, okay? Our first question of the day is, how has anxiety from growing stopped you from big opportunities? Who wants to go first? And you write this down in your journals, guys. Write these questions down and answer them yourself, please.
Even now, like, I'm in a growing place from going from strong to stronger. So in a place that I'm in now, I've never been before. I've never not been able to rely on me. In my profession, I'm a massage therapist. I'm an artist. So I do things with my hands. And when I injured my shoulder, I was like, okay, so what now? And this was going to be like the best year that I've had. I had moved into a new place, was with great staff, was getting more clients in. I was like, oh, I'm about to kill it. But all the while, I'm still asking God, okay, so God, give me the next level. I'm so open. I'm so ready. And, oh, my child. You are not ready for me. I didn't know what I was signing up for. And physically, I have just been spent. And thank God for these people right here. Like my circle, I probably would not have made it because I didn't know how I was going to pay bills. Joy would call me every morning, you still alive? No. I just want you to know. I am going. She's like, go ahead. Okay. Chris, are you alive? Yes. So you can do something about it. Right. You're right. And, they put the works in for me because I didn't have any clue. It was the anxiety. It was the attack. It was a spiritual attack. I'm like, I've never done this. She's like, bitch, you're growing. I mean, what did you think? So all the crap that has been, I even said this a while back, all the crap that has been thrown on me is my roots are getting deeper because my fruit is about to be even sweeter. This is what I asked for. And the people around me have been so encouraging. They even helped me to put stuff in plan. That's why you have to be mindful about who you have around you when you're in those times, because if the people that don't have that same mindset, that's time, no, let's go. And they be like, oh, it's okay. Oh no, you don't sit in it. You need people that are strong or stronger to be around you to be like, no, I know it's hard. It's rough. We love you. We support you. But now what we going to do about it? Well, let's put you in the right place. And the anxiety always stopped me because I was like, I don't see it. I don't see it. I know. She's like, it doesn't matter. I do. We're good. And then she'll call this one, and I call them my balances because they'll just go back and forth. No, let's go. We go do this. Let's have this plan. And I didn't realize I can do it until I saw it. And that's the type of person that I am. I hate it. But I learned visually. And the fact that I knew this time, I was like, okay, so I'm going through the deepest crap that I've mentally, spiritually, physically, like financially, it was just such, not an attack. It was a growing pain, but it kind of clouded my judgment from seeing that. And it stopped me from doing stuff. It stopped me from realizing the lessons that I had to learn. Like, no, you really have people that love you. All the love that you've been given out, you are receiving the same way times 100. Have you fallen? No, you have not. Are you still abundant? Yes, I am. And I'm still finding joy and abundance in other things that I was so narrow-minded, like, okay, this is the only way. And he's like, no. Look at everything that there is. Did you miss all that? And so it was just like, I had to put my glasses back on because I'm missing things. Anxiety, depression, all that can cloud all the greatness and the joy that and the growing that you're seeing or that you didn't even realize.
So do you think, I think the cloud comes from, like I was saying before, in those times, people think that they've done something wrong or when something good is happening and then the unfavorable happens, they're like, it's my fault. I did something. And I want a lot of people to switch their thinking in a big way when it comes to spiritual growth or growth as a person, period, in any area. So I think that, Nadia, what you feel about it? How has anxiety kept you from big opportunities?
A little bit professionally. I think that maybe before I got my graduate degree, I was really intimidated by like applying for different jobs or
I remember that.
even looking them up. Like, I'm not qualified. I know the work, but educationally, I'm not qualified.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave a little bit of anxiety because I'm like, I want what I want. But yeah, it got in the way of, I would say, professionally with that. But I just kind of worked on it, got over it. I'm good. Now I go for whatever, even if it say I don't apply. I don't qualify. I'm going to apply. I apply for like 20 jobs a day.
Okay.
Just to see. I mean, because it might be that one year, you know?
Mm-hmm. I got you. Jasmine?
There was a time where I was afraid to ask God for the bigger thing. It's like there are times where I will say I want to do something or I want something, and I get used to it happening in ways that I didn't expect, like almost immediately. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes it catches me off guard. And then sometimes it's like, oh, well, I mean, I know all I gotta say is I want this, or just start saying I want this, and then boom, it happens. And then you get comfortable in that space sometimes because it's like, well, you know, I mean, I kind of got what I asked for, so I don't really. But then it's more out of, okay, but if I say this, I know I'm going to get this. And it won't be this, it'll be bigger than that. Are you really ready for
the
that?
Bigger than that?
So for a while, I had to prepare myself for everything that was coming to me before I could actually open my mouth and say what I want. But now I can confidently say everything that I want, and I'm not afraid at all. But it took me getting like me together, like for real, like are you, because I mean, if you uncomfortable in a space because you don't want to be there no more, why won't you just do what you always do?
Wow. And which is?
Say what I want. But you know, so being anxiety, knowing like I'm not really, am I ready? Or so then once I got comfortable in knowing what I want and being able to articulate that, now I just.
Okay. Candace?
So for me, anxiety has probably stopped me from a lot of things. Moving forward, like I've struggled really badly over the years with like paralysis when it comes to like moving and doing the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing because of the anxiety. And I think for me, it has become easier as I learn me. A lot of it was just me not really knowing me and not feeling comfortable in my own skin. And so as I'm moving, I'm learning that is like the most important thing for me is to know me. What it is about, what do I like about me, what I don't like about me, what's exceptional about me, what, you know, just the things that's ugly, just learning me. And I think that is starting to help me move because I'm still on a journey. You know what I mean? Like I'm not there, but I'm working.
Oh, and the thing is, you'll never get it done.
Nope.
Yeah, none of us are
It's
there.
forever. It's forever. You'll never get it done.
Ever journey.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's forever. Let me see. Anxiety has kept me from a lot of opportunities. Why? I'll say, so I've been blessed to do a lot of great things in life. And I think my anxiety comes in, it's not really at the beginning of the thing. I guess my anxiety starts to come in when it's like the commitment to the thing. It's like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, okay, yeah, I can sing. I gotta commit for the rest of my life to it. Like, that's when my anxiety comes in when like where I feel like, or people make it seem like, oh, that's all you can do, or this is it. And I'm like, no, it gotta be more, but maybe it's not. Maybe this is it because this pays me. maybe, nah, I can't do 3 things at once. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's like, that's how my anxiety be playing on me real bad. When you really can do whatever you put your mind to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about making that plan and like really, really mapping out. We're gonna go into that. Okay.
Okay now.
But yeah, it has definitely stopped me from quite a bit of things where I be like, it's about to get bigger, and then I start shaking like, oh God, now I ain't asked for all that. Now
It's bigger than what I thought.
that's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, then I'm gonna be really in the light, and people really gonna see me. Anyway, so next one. Name a memory when the growing pain just became way too much. And I'm gonna start with mine so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And you kind of knew where you woke up and you said, dang, this is not an attack anymore. This is like God actually trying to give me a key to life.
When was
Where
it?
y'all-
When was the realization moment?
Yeah, like
where you realized, like, oh,
this is growing.
this
not,
is what it is.
Not a punishment or not him taking something away, or it was, and I mean God in that sense, because that's where people's fear lies. I remember laying on my bed about to move. Me and Chrissy I was about to go move on my own for the first time. Living on, the anxiety was through the roof. Okay, I was living on my own for the first time, and I literally had a panic attack in my bed alone. Right, and y'all gotta have people that y'all can call on, okay? And because you can't sit there and die, don't do that. I was in the bed, and everything felt wrong about it in my body. It was just like this not it. And I called a pastor friend of mine that I trust dearly, and all he said was, put your hand on your chest and say you're right where you need to be. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, of course I was crying like crazy. And he was like, say, I am intuitive. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. Because at the time I was in between relationships, in between houses, in between money, in between everything. Mm-hmm. And I felt like everything kind of got snatched from me at one time. And I remember being so scared to move on my own because I was like, who's gonna pay the bills? Because I don't pay bills. Never paid bills. Don't judge me. It's just how it was. Okay? And living on my own, I had to do that. And I wanted to grow, and I had wrote a list prior to moving out that I wasn't going to be dependent on people, and I said God pushed me and grow me into this independent woman that can, do it, and he did. It was not easy. Mm-hmm. It was not easy. I didn't know what I was doing, but we went through it, and it was great. However, that moment was the moment I realized, oh, this is like labor. And I just went in the shower after that talk, and I literally cried push about 3 times to the top of my lungs. Like really loud. And I had to say, Joy, you gotta go, you gotta do it. And I was scared, terrified, out of my mind. So that was the moment I woke up, and I was like, dang, so this what growing feel like? Because once I got in my crib, boy, I loved it. Boy, I loved living on my own, man. It was the best. It was good. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me tell you. So just get through the push. So who y'all remember y'all moment where it got too much of you? Was like, dang.
I was laying up.
Nadia called me on one of them. So if you don't bring this up, I'm gonna have to bring it up.
Bring it up. Bring it up, because I don't know.
So Nadia's growing pain is this. Nadia is a help to a whole lot of people. And
He is.
I remember you calling me saying, friend, I can't do it no more. You was like, I'm there for everybody, but ain't nobody there for me. Now you can't keep calling my phone with bad news all the time. And I said, Nadia, you're here to help people. You was like, I'm done. I'm not helping nobody else. I'm only helping myself. I'm too overwhelmed. And I mean, it was like and all I could do was say, okay. But growing pain in that sense is God is pushing her to the place where she's going to be able to, and I'm sure she can now, be able to talk to people and help them because she's no longer there. And the growth is when you come out. Now she where she need to be because we having different conversations. Now she like, nope. It's not going back and forth. So I think you growing into the healer that you are and noticing that because you done housed quite a few. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
And God to bring the nature of you out, boy.
Yeah.
He will.
I think it's just I think my moment of realization was like you said with that. It's just I was finally in a space and I was okay with being in a space and saying no to people and not being available to everybody every single time they called. It was like if I wasn't there, I was doing them a disservice. So I wasn't being loyal as a friend. So I'm like, no, now I'm here. It's the tools. You figure it out. Yeah. Yep. I can't figure out because at the end of the day, I found myself going to sleep with everybody else's problems, or I'm up with everybody else's problem, and they home sleep, and I'm trying to figure out in my head your problems. So once I was okay with like
setting them boundaries,
here's the tools.
Yep.
You figure out your own problem, and I'm gonna handle mine. And you call me back when it's handled. And we can talk about it. We could praise on it. You know?
We could praise on it. And that's
but I ain't that ain't it.
Who? Where was we? Oh, when you realized you were growing and it was overwhelming. Like,
I think I was laid up in the hospital.
Oh, you did. That was a wake up call for all of us.
Oh Lord.
We all woke up then.
Baby Lord.
Laid up in the hospital, and I remember I was driving to work and I was already not feeling well. And I was like, Joy, I'm gonna just go ahead and go. She's like, you stupid. I'm like, well, I gotta pay some bills. And on the way to work, I remember halfway passing out driving, and I had to pull over. And I was like, I gotta go to the doctor. And as soon as I went to the doctor, they gave me some fluids. They was like, ma'am, you're dehydrated. You should go home. I was like, okay, I'll go home. But I just remember always like you said, always working, always being there for other people, and then having to make sure that everything was okay instead of like making sure I was. So I remember that next day, I think I pretty much almost blacked out. I couldn't keep anything in, nothing out. Just Joy was like, we're going to the hospital. Went to the hospital. They told me I had blood poisoning. I was septic. I had no clue how. And the lady was like, man, if you would have went like one more day, you would have been dead. I was like, really? I gotta go to work. Like, what are you
That's really what she said, y'all.
Yes, she did.
She said,
and you
I gotta go to work. I was like, work? You can't live if you go to work. Like,
I was always afraid of not being there for someone else, because that's always been my fear. Like, I didn't want for someone to need me and me not be there. That's, Chris, I need you. I'm there. It didn't matter what it was. Family, friends, and it wore on me to the point where God was like, sit your ass down. Like, that's what he has to tell me sometimes. Yep. Like, not it takes me. Yeah,
he did. And that's the only way he'll chill himself.
That's the only way, clearly.
Sit down, baby. Nope, she ain't gonna do it.
Trying to talk to you.
Right.
Trying to talk to you, man. Right. And it's so weird because it was blood poison. My blood was attacking itself. My body was attacking itself, saying like, you're not paying attention to me at all. Like you haven't even said hey to me in how long, but you making sure that all your clients are good. You making sure your family is good. You making sure your people is good. What's happening? So it had to take me to be on my ass, literally, and kind of realize that I am missing who I am. I have to go back to who I was. Yeah, I hate that. Why does that happen?
What happened?
This, like,
It happens when you don't listen the first time.
What happened? What you mean? Be specific.
why does it take, like, edit this out. But why does it take,
we may not, but go ahead.
why does it take me having to be on my ass? I'm like,
You're not alone.
You're stubborn, Chris.
Yeah,
You're not alone.
You're a stubborn spirit, but that's the majority of us.
Yeah.
We just aren't as stubborn as
Let me tell you, because he
We're
just
stubborn in a different
skins
way.
my knee, and I'll be like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, but see, he might stub by a toe one time, and you'd be like, all right, I hear you. Then you walk back that same way you stub that same toe again.
That's on
it.
you. That's on
it
you.
for me.
I'm done.
He got to chop your.
Because what you gonna do, you gonna go to that table and gonna try to jump over it. You gonna try to skip around.
Okay, so question, how is it, or when do you realize that it's him talking to you instead of you trying to overcome something, I guess?
Ooh, I got a good answer. Go ahead.
You'll realize that it's him talking to you when you don't ask for the answer. Like, say, you don't say, God, show me this, show me. You'll be for sure that it's him telling you what to do when you hear it yourself and you didn't ask for it.
I like that.
When there's a subconscious voice in your head, and I'm sure you've experienced it 1,000 times over, where it just says, sit down. You just got to that.
And
You just got to that place, and you fighting it still right now.
And you have to sit with the voice and sharpen it.
I love you.
You're so funny. You have to sit with the voice and sharpen it, because everybody's voice sounds different. I don't think God has a tone or anything of that nature.
Right.
I just think it's for me, it's a familiar voice. It's always my grandmother's. Always. I still hear it to this day. But that's just how mine come. And it could be for somebody else. It could be, tell her to take the shirt off. And then she walk outside and everybody be like, dang, y'all see through your shirt. You know, it's really simple and it's real quick. And it's not controlled. You can't control it. It's not, hey, Lord, all right, now.
What you think?
But
No,
you can't.
it could be in the grocery store and I'll be like, dang, you finna say it right now. I'll be looking for my phone. I'll be looking for pens. I'm like, okay.
I think that's what it is.
Comes.
Yeah.
And when the voice comes, I have so many voice recordings of me driving wherever I am, because if I hear that voice, I know it ain't me. Or, I mean, I know it's me, but it's something deeper in that thing.
It's just like the Bible says, hearken your ear to the Lord's voice, and you will hear it. Once you train your ear,
Yep. Sit with it.
it's like you listening to music, a certain type of music, you train your ear to hear the bass in one or the piano in another one. Once you train your ear to hear from him, you'll know that, okay, all right.
And it'd be so much peace with it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. As soon as I was like, oh, that's,
Yep.
man, why you speaking this ear? Like,
That's my bad.
It's my bad. You know this.
We know.
You're your bad.
His love for you is great. Okay? I know it for sure. For sure. Okay?
It's mother, honey.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question on growing pains. What should a person expect when they're being stretched and going through the lessons? What should they expect? For people who probably never, ever, or maybe just experiencing growing pains, or just realizing and becoming aware that that's actually what you're going through, not depression, not none of that stuff. It's actually just God showing you yourself, putting that mirror up. You're always late. It's okay. Be on time so you can get the check.
You're always.
Your car's red light, engine light has been on. Go get your car checked. Don't be mad talking about your stomach is growling. Eat.
Got a migraine.
Okay? And guess what? If you work all day, rest. That's God. Okay? It's not spiritual attack. You attacking your own self. You doing it. And God is saying, rest, eat, sleep, and hydrate. Those are the things of the Lord. Okay?
You feeling so
But on a serious note, things to expect when you're going through the growth process, spiritually, financially, anything, even dating. If you're just getting back out there are things to recognize. First, yourself. First, recognize in yourself that I'm strong enough to get through whatever comes my way. If you say, I learned it during labor. After labor, it changed my whole life when it came to pain. Changed the whole concept of it. I noticed that I can handle a whole lot of pain and live.
Simple.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I said I lived through that where everything was, come on, God is good. And if I could live through that, I was like, okay, I could take a little lie. I could take some, other things. I could take some pretty unfavorable things and live and manage and still be okay. So one thing I think people should recognize when you're being stretched by God, it will cause you to be, you'll be completely frustrated.
Yeah.
Okay? Do not think because you're frustrated and got a tube that's bad. It's okay to be frustrated in these moments because everything is changing for you. And it's going to continue to do that for a little while until you start to accept the ocean rage and start floating in the mud just like this. Just float with it. Just float with it. I think it will help a lot of people to understand if you're frustrated, we're going to meditate every time you get mad. And I know that sounds hard, but try. As soon as you get frustrated with something, you feel like, everything breaking up. Sit down. Take a chill pill and really just reset. But frustration is something you should expect to feel during these moments. And don't let that be the thing that turns you away. What else should someone expect to feel?
Probably a sense of anxiety. Like it makes you anxious to get through it. Like I want this process to speed up, so it can be over. So I think this anxiousness and then maybe the anticipation of finally seeing the end of the rainbow. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Okay, because when it starts to brighten up again, you anticipate the end, But definitely in the process, for sure, anxiousness.
Being guilty and resting. That was big on me because I'm always moving and
So they
trying to
expect
do
to
it.
feel guilt about resting.
be guilty about resting. Because it's like, I should be doing something. I need to, but no, this is be still.
Yeah.
Your body
As
going
you're
through
saying. Yeah, because even physically, mentally, spiritually, everything needs to be still for you to hear. And I was not still, and it finally had to take that for me to sit my ass down and listen. So be ready to be uncomfortable in your stillness, but it's okay.
I would probably say you might feel a little crazy because the process of becoming is scary a little bit.
A lot of
it. So you might feel the conflict of what you're growing into and then what you still are from before.
No, you're making sense.
So I think that's very normal. It's a normal feeling that a lot of times we don't want to feel because we think that it's only us, but we all feel it. So yeah, you might feel
A little crazy. But you're not.
not at all.
Not at all. And I'll say, Jasmine, did you go? Go ahead.
I was gonna say honestly, expect to feel all emotions at once too. Outside of craziness, it's like you can be healing and still hurting. You can be happy. I mean, you can be sad, but still have joy at the same time. And the sadness isn't necessarily linked to what you're going through, but maybe the cutting away that's happening.
Ooh, yeah.
There are a lot of times where, as you grow, of course, just like with a plant, you have to weed it. You have to, so there are things that you may have started off with, people that you may have started off with, and you may have thought, especially with the length of time that you were friends, for example, that they are going to be there with you through your lifetime. But everything that you have is supposed to be for that time.
Absolutely.
Not everything is not forever. I can say even with even with relationships, though some are cut off, you'll get ones that are added that will be there for the lifetime or to take you to the next phase. I had to lose people to gain y'all. And like, while I was losing them, it was hurtful because it was like, I didn't do anything. But you are doing something, you're growing. And you can't be the Jasmine that you're supposed to be and still be connected here. You got to get another pot plant.
I like that.
So how
and that was my other word. That was my.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Expect to be isolated.
Yeah.
Okay. Even God, and we could go as deep as this. Every religion. Okay. To whomever's watching. Isolation is the thing that every time someone went in isolation, boy, they came out with more power. Every single time, whether it was on a mountain, in a garden, in a Zen pool, they came out different. And I think isolation is normally shunned upon because people don't like to be alone. But it's called for in that time. And you might want to make that time for yourself. Even if your spirit's saying, man, I just need to get out. I need to get out. I need to get out. Don't. Just sit down. Take a break. And I ain't saying don't ever go out, but I normally do 3 days of no moving when I'm going through that period. 3 days. And sometimes it's in the bed and I sleep for 3 days, I'm being honest.
You know that.
And I feel much better after I get up. The sun be shining outside too. So I be, take the time to be alone and get comfortable with yourself, because many times we like put on for other people and not ourselves. Okay. So isolation, expect for God to rip it all away. It's going to be a new slate for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to love it. Because like Nadia said, guess what, baby? It will end. And like what they say, this too shall what? Pass, baby. Yep, it's not going to last forever. Promise you that. Okay. We're going to go to this one with Jazz. We're going to piggyback off of you. The next question is, why, when you're evolving and growing, why do you lose friends?
So you want me to answer that question?
Yes, and answer this double part.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. Why do we lose friends? Go ahead.
Well, I guess I partially, halfway, a little bit gave the answer, but also I believe that the people that are around you, everybody should not be at the same level, because what happens is you get comfortable, or if y'all are, even if you're all evolving, those people should be able to speak life into where you are at some point. Just like you said, have somebody you're able to call. So if all of your people are the people that you call and y'all are great when everybody's down, you're great having pity parties. I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot feel the feelings, because it's important to feel all of the feelings and really grow through it. But at the same time, some people are only great with you when you're not doing well. And you can't heal if you're always around sickness.
Right.
So you have to remove yourself. And a lot of times with me, I did none of it. And that was a very hard thing, because it was like life feels weird. And then the people I thought I would be doing life with until I'm not doing this life anymore, it just kind of happened. But I had to understand that, hey, as you evolve, certain things you have to lose to gain. If my hands are tight, holding on to 3 people, I gained 5. You get what I'm saying? But it doesn't feel like we haven't been doing life together, but it feels like we've been doing life together for so long that it's like our roots are interweaved together. But I had to be okay with letting go with those things and those people, because everybody cannot go with you.
Nope.
But the ones that are supposed to, they'll be there. So you have to let go and control. So I think that's why, for me.
Nadia,
What was the question?
what's going on in your life? How about these friends in this spiritual growth? And when you notice that you're in a better place now, and people still want to keep you back there at the trap. Post. What you trying to do?
Definitely. I definitely think that my relationships with a lot of people have changed. They feel more about it, a way about it than I do. And it's not to act as if somebody's disposable, because that's not the case. Not disposing of anybody, but I definitely feel like I've transitioned into a better place mentally and spiritually. So the shell that I left behind, that's what you're familiar with. And I'm not that person anymore, which is fine. And I want you to know that it's fine. It's not nothing against you personally. It's me. I'm just now in a season of me.
Better.
And me. And my friends, they understand it. My friends understand that. And they're okay with that. So I'm available to vibrate on the same frequencies. I can't be available to
Go lower.
be down here where the sound volume is on 0.
Or even your reception just not on, period.
You on T-Mobile's frequency and I'm over on
You got one more.
another tower. And it's cool.
And it's cool.
It's cool.
Don't you even worry about it.
Yeah.
worry about
How do I feel about it? When your circle changed, Lord God, I think I've been the friend. I think I've always been okay with letting acquaintances go, but they've always felt like they was my friend.
Remember that time, baby? I said, Joy, you just don't like that.
I love people. Hear me out. I love people. I love everyone. Okay. I think at a young age, maybe because I was traveling so much, I just learned like what was important and what wasn't early. So when it comes to women, I've noticed that they would talk about everything that I wasn't interested in. So that would be my cutoff. Like there was no connecting at all. I used to just be sitting in some circles like, just like, yeah, girl. And I just like, I don't know what show or reality, nothing. Cause I'm literally trying to be a life coach. You know, like we had 2 totally different interests. And I noticed that a lot of them, I would instantly start having conversations back to back to back with different women. Like, hey, you ain't called me in a month. Or, hey, you ain't did this. And I was like, dang, it's been 6 months. I was like, I've really been working on myself. You know, like, and it was nothing against them, but I think God kind of made it to where I was always focused on my own thing to where it literally just kind of, and I would just pray that I didn't offend anyone. You know, because I was that one that just dropped off the map to them.
Did you feel guilty when they called it out?
Yeah, when they would call me, I would go face to face with each of them to talk to them because my heart wasn't in that place to just drop them, but I'm always progressing or moving. So if you moving with me, like y'all always move with me. I ain't never had to say, come on. It's just wherever I went, y'all was like, where you at today? It's not, why you going over there? Or it was always or I think the thing that women, this is what got me with a few. What you wearing today? What you wearing over there?
Girl, because why do it matter?
What make me feel good today? And I promise you, those small things for me, I was like, we not the same. Because I can wear a gown to the grocery store. If you ask me.
And I mean with no bling.
So it was
yeah.
You know, and I noticed that I was like, dang, I'm probably not gonna have no friends, but then y'all came. And y'all been here rocking with me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, when it comes to that friend thing, I've been losing them, boy. They just drop off like
bloop, bloop.
And the thing is that it's not even a big incident that happens. That just makes it happen.
It be time. It be time.
I ain't talking to you in over.
So how do you transition from one circle of friends to another circle of friends?
Me, I never try to. I always
it's not perfect.
No, that's what I'm just saying for people who may be trying to go to another circle instead of allowing it to happen. Mm-hmm. Because some women do, they say, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna just go meet new girls. I'm gonna just go meet new people. I ain't never said that. I literally just, the people that God attracted me to, it was instant. It wasn't like it was no effort at all. Even with Jasmine, who's not here, I can say our friendship was like that. I literally was just like, let's go eat. And she said no for about 6 months. And then eventually we just kept talking. So it wasn't like a forced thing. And I think people try to force it sometimes, and that's not gonna work.
But that's when you know it ain't genuine. You gotta force it.
But I think allowing and putting yourself out there as the new you versus that shell that people keep, the ones that you really don't want to mess with. Just put the new you out there, and that's what I did. I was like, oh, this is who I am.
I feel like
I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm gentle, I'm not.
I feel like it's important to respect when a person is in transition, because we all have experienced a season of transition.
Spiritual maturity.
Right.
Come on.
And then, but there are people that you will see more than other people. And it's nothing against your friendship with this other person. We are vibrating on the same level right now. I can be your friend on your level, but I don't necessarily want to be. But I'm still your friend. I just can't spend as much time with you because your frequency is still right there all the time, you know? So it's uncomfortable.
Okay. We wrapping up. What, or let me say this. Do you think, I don't think that, let me see. When the shift happens, do y'all think y'all will ever get used to it?
You think you do until the shift.
No, because it's always a shift. It's like somebody just put their foot on the gas real quick.
I don't know.
You wasn't ready for it.
No, I feel that for some reason I literally had the conversation yesterday. And it was something really small, but I use every situation as a growing moment for me now. And that's how it's become it's like a habit to, hey, you feeling that bad? No, what is it really? So I was on the phone with Bae and I passed my exit. Now the difference in getting off that exit and missing it was 35 minutes when I could have been home in 5. So that added 30 extra minutes to my route. Okay? And instantly God was like, of course, in the voice of my grandmother, now you teaching about growing pains. What did you learn? And I was like, that I need to be paying attention when I'm driving, because if I paid attention, I would be at 5 minutes, but I didn't pay attention, so now I'm at 35. So now I got to wait. You know, and so for me, I think I will be able to get used to it. Only because of where I am in the shift now, where it don't knock me down no more to the point where it takes me off the journey.
Okay, I could say
like
that.
This even this couch wouldn't even be happening if I would have succumbed to the low moment, because all of this was birthed through not my best time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm literally practicing what I preach in front of everybody. You know, so I think we all will get used to the shift, and if not even get used to it, we'll be able to ride that wave better every single time. Even God did it in the boat. When that storm was raging, what was he doing, y'all? He was asleep. Okay? Sleep. So that's how we battle this thing. You don't rage with the storm, you sleep. Okay? We got 2 questions and then we're gonna end. Oh, wait. Before we go, if you're going through a spiritual transition right now and it's looking a little rocky, I have a few things that I want you to do. Here, grounding. That means go outside, take off your shoes, and put your feet on the ground and walk around for at least 30 minutes, please. It helps. And journal what you feel afterwards. Well, journal what you feel before and then journal what you feel afterwards, please. And send it to the DM or something. Let me know what you guys experienced. Going out into nature. Go around some trees, go around some water, get outside, get some fresh air, please. Start a garden, y'all. Even if it's one little plant, start you something. Do something and put your hands to the ground and put these phones down, okay? Eat food that's medicine, meaning alive, nothing dead. If you got to kill it or cook it, don't eat it. That's the post. That's the post. When you're going through a spiritual transition, change your diet. When you feel the moment that you feel depressed, eat green. What if it's green and raw, eat it. Okay, green and raw.
Colors. Eat colors.
Colors, peppers, you know what I'm saying. Well, red will ground you too, y'all.
Yes.
We'll go into colors another episode. Focus on the present moment. Even though you saying that you mad and I'm frustrated and my life going crazy, focus in and find the collateral beauty. I know that movie came out a long time ago, but it's real. Even in the midst of your trouble, write down everything that's going good, okay? Clean your space. Clean up. Okay, because God is cleaning you up and you cleaning you up. Clean up your space too. Let it match. Okay, because if your stuff is crazy all over the place, it's not gonna help, I promise. And find support. Find your tribe. Find some people you can call on that won't talk about the new topics, but they talk about you topic. Okay, you are the topic. You are not a burden to nobody. You deserve help and you deserve guidance through and navigating through depression and everything. You deserve it. You're worth it, okay? One question we're gonna answer for the audience. How can I let go of a long-term relationship if it's not fitting where I'm going and I'm not being supported spiritually? So you're supported financially, you got everything you need. He loves you. But when it comes to your spiritual well-being, meaning, say for instance, you just got an unfavorable report from the doctor and you can't do what you used to do. How is he gonna be there? Is your partner gonna be there to build you up, or he gonna be there to be like, man, I don't know what we gonna do, bro. You over there, bro. She is saying, how can I let go of my long-term relationship when it's not being supported spiritually?
I had to be honest with
That's tough. You got to be honest with
Yeah,
yourself,
got to.
though.
Do you-
And I think you have to first decide to choose yourself over that
There you
situation.
go.
Once you make that decision, then everything else will just flow. Your mind, once your mind is there, your body gonna follow.
And examples of spiritual support, so if people don't know what that looks like, spiritual support will be not how you doing today. Spiritual support will be, how's your heart? What are you feeling? What do you want to do? How can I help you today? That is spiritual support, like not even holding you, hugging you, but holding where you feel like you getting a hug and they're just there listening. You make sure the feeling of a hug happens without the hug first. That's when you know you might have to tap in and be like, oh, that might be my spirit being supported. And you got to pay attention to your body too, like Chrissy said. Tap in to how you feeling so you can notice what feels good and what don't, what you want to receive, what you won't receive. And spiritual support just looks like a man or a woman or your partner, whoever, going in deeper than what's your favorite color. And because he know your favorite color, he gets you something in green, but you really just need him to say, I got you in this. That's spiritual support. Him grabbing your face and saying, hey, breathe. Breathe. I know you anxious. Him seeing you and you don't want nobody to see you, but they see you. But when you got somebody who don't see you, you could walk around depressed for 6 months.
Listen.
And that's not cool. So focus and write some, like, tap in. Tap in so we all live in the best life that we can live. And you get loved the way that you need to be loved. And even if you don't know that, go to my website. I promise you, I can coach you through it. I promise. I had another question. Somebody asked, how can I get back into dating after 7 years being in a long relationship? That's a growing pain all in itself. Because it's hard after you've been in a relationship to just get back out there.
Yeah, it is.
Because 7 years is almost like a decade. People done changed.
You
You
change.
change.
You changed
Or you
for
don't
sure.
know you, and you don't know you now.
I would say don't jump back in there yet. I would say
Wait on.
take your time and learn yourself. Learn the new you. Learn what you
Date
really,
you.
really like. And
First.
build yourself up.
Yeah.
That's all I say. I would say focus on you. I wouldn't say get in a relationship just yet. Okay?
Date you, see what you like, go to the restaurants that you want to go to. Have a bath for yourself, draw a bath, get some candles, cook for yourself, make a date night for you. What do you like? Because when somebody else comes in, they like, oh, that's not what I like. And you know what it is that you are able to be like, no, I like that, or no, I don't like this. So yeah, date you for a while, for a good little second.
Y'all got anything else to say? Y'all good? Okay. Thank y'all for joining us on the couch again.
Boo.